All right, before I catch any flack from the scientists out there, I want to remind you all that anhydrous calcium chloride tests for moisture are approved by many flooring manufacturers, and it saves you hundreds of dollars over that expensive solution. But you got to do it right, which is why you're looking at this little black box here for starters. It's your gram scale. I'm going to show you how to calibrate it properly for a calcium chloride moisture test, and then I'm going to show you how I performed the test in detail. DeMille's behind the camera. Let's get started. Yeah, the first thing I done was put on my more delicate gloves, because doing this test is just about like doing brain surgery. But this is the gram scale you're going to need to measure the exact weight, and I do mean the exact weight of that anhydrous calcium chloride powder that is going to be going into the basis of this whole test. Now, I got this on Amazon, I want to say maybe 15, 16 bucks, certainly less than 20 bucks. And there's other varieties that you can get. I got this one because I seen a guy, a friend of mine does flooring, and I seen him using this on a job site. He wanted to test the moisture in the concrete subfloor before laying down pergo flooring, which, by the way, is exactly what I'm going to do in my house. But pergo's good stuff, and you would hate to lay down thousands and thousands of dollars worth of that flooring only to have it wrecked by moisture. So get your moisture readings recorded, make it all official. In my case, of course, we're going to be taking a video, right, DeMille? Yeah. By doing so, you're creating a record that might help you if a warranty situation arises, all right? So first thing we're going to do is turn this on, and it's got a beautiful display. It's you can see it's so sensitive. Here, I want to show you something here, folks. This is so sensitive, I could literally put a nice cleaning cloth come with it. I'm actually going to put this cleaning cloth on there, and it's going to have it's like light as a feather. Look, that's what we're dealing with. That reads 1.65 grams. You'd never think, would you? And so you understand the sensitive nature of what we're measuring here. I mean, that anhydrous calcium chloride is like, trying to weigh baby powder, which when I'm feeling chafed, sometimes I use anhydrous calcium chloride. But don't you do that, because it's dangerous, all right? But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. So, you want to make sure you're not off, because the second part of the test, what you're going to be doing, requires you to do a mathematical formula that helps you calculate the moisture that's released based on the weight of the initial powder that you put down in the test kit. But if doing math busts your brain, be sure to stick around till the end. I'll show you a real nice shortcut to getting your results tabulated instantly. So, calibrating the scale is important, and this scale comes with an exact 100-gram weight. Now, I weighed it earlier, and it was showing me like 99.1 grams instead of 100 grams. And I am so meticulous and picky, I just felt like I had to calibrate the scale and make it absolutely perfect. So here's how we're going to do it. By the way, this is what they used in their movie Inception. Well, something like this. Like DiCaprio spins this thing, and if it's still spinning, he thinks he's dreaming. In my case, you see, I'm always sure right where I am. You follow? All right. So I'm going to take my 100-gram totem, set that off to the side, and show you what's going on here. So we're going to press this mode button. We're going to hold it. And you see it says CAL, it stands for calibrate. And then we're going to hit it again, confirm. Yes, of course, I'm sure. Man, these days they need to be more confident. And now it's telling you that it wants a 100-gram object, which we happen to have right here. We'll call it DiCaprio and put it on there. And it says pass. I'm going to rip it off of there because she passed. I'm I'm going to put it on again. This time it's in weigh-in mode. It's gone reverted back to the weigh-in mode, and you're going to see 100 grams. Now, what I learned is take it off immediately after it says pass. Otherwise, it's going to start overthinking things, all right? It's a good device. It's inexpensive, and you're going to need it to measure out your calcium chloride, which is exactly what we're going to do next. Before we get started, I want to tell you that merch is just flying off the shelves at our Teespring store. So if you're fixing to get some, don't waste any time. These days, we need all the laughs we can get, folks. We mark down the prices, and there's a link down below in the description to get you to the store. It's more fun than toilet paper. This is a kit that I bought. It's actually 3 kits. I paid $40 for it on Amazon, and it's if you take a look at it here, you see, you're going to label each one of these domes ends up getting placed on your floor. You're going to see that in a minute. You would name your project. Like if you're a contractor, you got multiple projects going on. You don't want to get this stuff mixed up. And so what's nice about this kit, it gives the opportunity for you to name the project, the test number, because we're going to do 3 tests over a distance of 1,000 square feet to begin with. You're going to put the date of the test, and you're going to put the weight gain computed based on this here formula. You're going to end up putting the final weight gain after your 72 hours in pounds after doing the calculation. Like in the case of Pergo Flooring, I actually called. I talked to tech support, and because I don't want to avoid the warranty. Helen will never let me hear the end of it. And they say your test results need to show 5 pounds or less of moisture being released. The kit comes with this, which is a nice log. It's an opportunity for you to, again, you write down your test number, your start date, your start weight, which is why we're using this. You're going to write down the end date, the end weight, the weight gain, and so forth. And I can see where people up north would be particularly interested in doing a test like this. I mean, they got a basement, and it gets cold in the wintertime, and they don't want to be screwing up an expensive amount of flooring. We're in the southern United States of America. We're still doing the test, just to be smart. You want to rough up an area of your concrete about 20 inches by 20 inches because you don't want it trapping the moisture unnaturally. You want it to be able to release moisture if indeed there is some in there so you can record it properly. By serendipitous happenstance, I had a grinder, what I used to pull up the thin set after Junior and I ripped up the tile. So this concrete's been roughed up pretty good already, but I'm hitting it with some coarse grit sandpaper. I wiped it down real good with a rag. And now we're going to weigh the dish using that gram scale, which, by the way, they're saying in the instructions to this here test kit that gram scale needs to be accurate to within 1/10 of a gram. Well, heck, ours is accurate to within 1/100 of a gram. You've seen that earlier. Now, don't take off the tape before weighing it. This is all part of the weighing procedure, all right? All right. So, I'm going to turn her on. And I'm going to take her. I'm going to put that right on there. My weight is 30.33 grams. And I'm going to write that down. 30.33. That's our start. I'm going to write down the date. In our case is the 4th of July, just about. And we're going to check out the time there on the old grandfather clock. We're going to write down the time. You know, I'm pretty sure if you don't have a grandfather clock, you shouldn't do this test. You know, like location, you might want to write down living room or, office or whatever. And this is just going to help you keep all the different tests straight. You're going to get that out of the way now. You want to remember the tape is actually part of the weight. Okay, so we're gonna open up the container now. We're gonna remove the tape, but a good place to keep it is on the inside of the dome here, what you're using to do your test. And we're gonna, when this test is over, the idea is, you seal it back up again with the tape. And because some people might send this to a facility. In my case, I ain't doing that, but I'm just showing you in case you want it. Now, the other alternate method, I would imagine, take your tape off first and then weigh it. But in my case, I already weighed it with the tape. When we're done, I'm going to add the tape back on and weigh it again. All right. And carefully remove the cap and place the dish on the slab, making sure not to spill the pellets, because they should be level too. Those pellets should be level throughout that. Now you could slide the cap under the dish for safekeeping. The test, though, it should not be placed on a crack or on a concrete joint. We're going to remove the white release tape from the dome sealant and center it directly over the dish. And we're going to press down firmly on all the edges to ensure that this is going to give us an airtight seal. And you see, it looks like dangerous, like warning, do not touch, like it's going to kill you. But that's an indication to other people in your family or on your work crew, hey, don't touch this thing, I'm doing a test. That's what that's all about. And then we're going to just let the test set there. It says to do it between 60 and 72 hours. And then you're going to come back, take the final weight of your powder, and plug all your numbers into that equation. And from that information, it's going to extrapolate how many pounds of moisture a 1,000 square foot section of your concrete would give off in 24 hours. But don't be confused. That don't mean you only do the test for 24 hours. The equation makes that adjustment. And then, of course, be sure to check your manufacturer's moisture poundage limits, all right? Now, this Vapor Square product I use has an online calculator to make things easy. Here you can see my results for the 3 tests I did in various areas of my secret hideout. I hope this helps you. This is part of a bigger series about replacing flooring. You're going to see us ripping up tile and all sorts of stuff. Hope you'll join us. So for my moisture test, I only spent $40 for 3 of these test kits. You do your own research, make your own decision, but for me, this was the answer. I hope this helps. This is Merv himself, and I'll see you next time. Merv's Service Secrets is an ongoing DIY adventure. Share our links with friends. It helps us in the search results so DIY warriors just like you can find the secrets they need.